Sean Colm is walking into the courtroom all namaste,
What? What? What a yoga zen thing?
greeting his lawyers with a yoga studio-esque bow. Namaste, my rare end. This is horrific that he's allowed to walk into court and he's being all cute and calm. He can namaste his way all the way to the MDC. He wasn't all namaste in the middle of all these freak coughs. He can chill out behind bars for the rest of his life, for all I care. So this guy isn't concerned at all with kicking her, beating her, dragging her. You know what he's concerned with? And Nancy? I'm going somewhere I never thought I would go. He's concerned with holding his towel up. He cares about keeping that.
There you go. I thought I'd never go here.
Nancy, but I have to go there because I woke up thinking about it. He's more concerned that we don't see that. TR, I don't want to say the whole thing because this is a family program. That's what people have even gone so far to refer to it as a little raisin. Straight back out to Sydney Sumar Crime Stories, investigative reporter. I understand that Sean Coleman's had his son Christian Coleman's, along with what his god uncle Kanye. Very busy last night. Yes, they have released an EP today, and one of the songs on that EP is called Diddy Free. And the lyrics say that we aren't going to sleep until we see Diddy free. And those lyrics actually mention, you Nancy, they don't understand, but they stand. Me tell them, give me grace. Even Nancy, so this isn't the first song that he's released. Speaking about his dad's legal troubles. And honestly, I don't think they're doing any positive things for him. This Bible might come in handy. This rifle might come in handy. I don't think threatening gun violence is really doing much to persuade anyone that your dad is innocent of these crimes. Okay, you know, the jurors get to go home every night. They are not sequestered, and they can be exposed to this rap song created by God. Help him Christian Coleman's, and Kanye. Why you would want your child around. Kanye. I do not know, but that's another can of worms. Let's take a look at the lyrics. Ain't gonna sleep till we see Diddy free. Ain't gonna sleep till we see Diddy free. When gets us, they try to play the victim. Playing the victim, that's an attack on the victims. Outspoken, I ain't keeping in, blah, 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 blah. Now, you know, I noticed part of it refers to a Plan B, which is an abortion drug, which came up during this trial. It says they ain't got to lose. What are they talking about? The victims or the jurors? I ain't one of them. And then it goes on to talk about what Astro, Glide. And it says, like, damn, why am I in the tabloids? You know what? That's a really good question. Why comes children have been dragged into this? They are being used as a PR tool. And now you want to tell me this happened without Sean Coleman's, knowing that it would drop just before the defense closing arguments further. Looking at the lyrics that dropped last night, the Bible might come in handy. Like what, it's a prop. The rifle might come in handy. I don't know if my dad was charged with brandishing weapons, if that came out in evidence that I'm referring to the Suja night attempt that the minions described on the stand. I don't know if I would be talking about a rifle. Then of course Christ gets dragged in. It's one night I want Jesus Christ to answer, then they want to stop me. The kid. They want to stop the kid. Like a Plan B. Okay, we heard the testimony. And we know about whether the jury understands it fully, that one woman was forced into an abortion. Don't understand me. Tell them. Give me grace, even Nancy. And it refers to Bad Boy. Throughout that would be Bad Boy Records. Okay, let's hear it. They don't understand. Okay, you know, some people ask, are you angry? No, I'm not. I'm full of remorse for what Sean Coleman's is doing to his children. Faddis joining me, veteran trial lawyer. Have you ever prosecuted a case where the children, unless they were the victims, thought their parents did it? Because I don't think I've ever had a case where the children thought their dad was guilty, even adult children. They never believed the parent did it, man. Nancy, I can't think of one really. The family often rallies around the defendant in these cases, you know, provides support. They want to believe their family member is, you know, not guilty of these heinous allegations. And that's understandable. but oftentimes, like you mentioned, the family can be brought in sort of as pawns, sometimes in the trial itself, sometimes outside the trial, especially in these highly publicized cases. And I think a lot of folks think that that may be what was going on with Diddy and his children. Let's take one more listen to Diddy Free. This is released by possibly the only person in the world that thinks Sean Combs is innocent, and that would be his son standing by him. God bless him, Christian King Combs, and of course the illustrious Kanye. What, whoa, what a yoga Zen thing. What are you talking about? Well, Nancy, I don't know if you've ever been to a yoga class. I used to attend pretty often, but you just, at the end of class, at the beginning of class, you put your hands together and you do a short little bow to everyone else in the classroom to show your respect for everyone. And that's exactly what Combs has been doing to all 8 of his lawyers in the courtroom every morning when he comes to see them. Sydney, you cannot live in New York City, in Manhattan, and not be subjected to a yoga class, particularly a hot yoga class. The worst. But what you're saying is like a Zen namaste. You know what? Straight out to Lynn Shaw joining me, executive director, founder of Lynn's Warriors, dedicated to ending sex exploitation, trafficking of women and girls. You know, namaste. My rear end. He can namaste. His way all the way to the MDC. He wasn't all namaste. In the middle of all these free call-offs, you know how big of a stack they had to do. An 800 number for all the women calling in, claiming that they were victims of Sean Combs' freak-offs. King nights, hotel nights, whatever euphemism he wants to use. These women, claiming they were drugged in their drinks, that they woke up covered in baby oil, with their vaginas hurting, and he's all namaste. My rear end. What a slap in the face to all victims of any kind of sexual exploitation abuse. I mean, this is horrific. And you know what I'm putting my money on? The jury, that everybody can see right through this act of contrition, because this is horrific, that he's allowed to walk into court and he's being all cute and calm. And you know what, yesterday I was saying, I don't want to call him the nicknames. I've called him Dirty Diddy and things like that. But today, I want to go back to that, because I am sick and tired of this. Who is protecting? Who is talking to? Who is giving advice, counsel to these hundreds, as far as we know, right? You know, victims of his, probably thousands over the years. So I'm just hoping that this playbook of his, this Dirty Diddy playbook, everybody's on to him, everybody's sick of him, and what we have to turn that focus and hope that victims, survivors, anybody watching this, he's turning it into a laugh, you know, a laugh stock fest. Here, you know, some kind of festival. This is a court of law. He's supposed to be up for his life, right? And the family and him, the lawyers singing. It's too much, Nancy. It's just too much. I know. Did you hear that yesterday, Dr. Bethany Marshall? You were with us last night when we learned that Agniello, the defense attorney, went on the mic and started singing. Her name was Lola. He started singing Copacabana in a trafficking trial, and it just threw me over the edge, because I have dealt with rape victims. You know, look around. I'm looking around this studio. At least 1 in 4 women have been sex assault victims. Think about that. Think about it. People you'd never suspect have been sex assault victims. And he's singing Copa into the microphone. And now Sean Combs comes in and does the namaste. Really, he can chill out behind bars for the rest of his life, for all I care. Nancy, what is this? Well, it's one more male, and females do it to minimizing the severity of sex trafficking. Nancy, I don't think our nation or world really understands what sex trafficking is. This whole question that maybe the women consented, that means they were in a relationship, and not that they were coerced, is so false. When you think of the whole psychology of sex trafficking,